My name is Paul Berkovic. I'm a co-founder and the Chief Commercial Officer for Rayven IoT. Rayven is an industrial IoT software company. We've created a very unique, flexible solution builder for deploying real-time data solutions in the industrial spaces, including manufacturing, mining, oil and gas, agriculture, and other use cases. Rayven is a software company. We don't make or sell any hardware or communications equipment or sensors. We're focused on the collection of data and the use of that data to find efficiencies and benefits for our customers. The reason we created Rayven is because there's a huge wave of change, digital disruption and transformation coming through the industrial world. Because of trends like big data, artificial intelligence, and more recently IoT, it's created an enormous opportunity for industrial companies to do things in a smarter, more productive way. We know that industrial companies and manufacturing in particular is full of old technology and old equipment, and there's a big opportunity to improve efficiencies and the way these businesses operate. The big problem in this space that we're addressing is really cost and complexity. There are many software companies that claim to be able to produce these sorts of solutions, but the reality is they're very expensive, very complex, and they take a very, very long time to deliver. The reason is industrial companies have many different types of assets and technologies in their environments. They have data sitting in many different systems. They have assets from many different vendors, and collecting and collating and combining this data tends to be a very difficult challenge for them. On top of that, there are many different business problems that can be solved using IoT and real-time data. You might be trying to reduce unplanned downtime. You might be trying to increase your efficiency of energy use. You might be trying to deploy your labor more efficiently. There are many different problems you can solve using this kind of technology, which adds to the complexity of developing these kind of solutions. The question then becomes, how do we deploy a solution like this in a fast, effective, and scalable way, and also in a cost-effective way? And that's where Rayven comes in. Rayven is a hyper-flexible, all-in-one AI and IoT solution delivery platform for any industrial business. Using Rayven, you can deploy any real-time data use case. The idea behind Rayven is that it has all of the capabilities you need from a software perspective to deliver on these sorts of solutions. Rayven is built on extremely scalable and secure infrastructure, and we've created a very, very flexible architecture that allows us to do a lot of different things quickly and affordably. Rayven is a toolkit. It's built for the rapid creation and deployment of powerful real-time data solutions. The capabilities that Rayven includes has data integration and ingestion, which allows us to very easily bring in data from many different types of assets and systems. It could be real-time sensors and instrumentation like energy meters or water flow meters or temperature sensors or vibration sensors. It could be directly in a control system for a machine. It could be from a PLC or a SCADA solution. And it can be from any industrial software like an MES or ERP system. We can pull in data from anywhere. On top of that, we have a data transformation toolkit. It's great to be able to bring in your data and centralize it, but you need to be able to manipulate and use that data for valuable purposes. So we have a drag and drop interface that allows us and others to create highly sophisticated data models and business logic to use the data, calculate the data, aggregate the data, and display the data in a very effective way. We have a very powerful and flexible machine learning toolkit that allows us to create predictive algorithms for predictive maintenance, for anomaly detection, for forecasting, production forecasting, and downtime forecasting. There are very many ways you can use the machine learning capability to deploy predictive analytics. We have front-end interfaces that are easily configured using a drag and drop capability for configuring specific solutions for each use case and user group. We can push data back out of the product so that you can implement control and automation very quickly and easily. We can trigger real-time alerts and notifications based on threshold detection, downtime detection, or any kind of logic that you want. And we also have a very sophisticated reporting capability. If you want to pre-schedule a report based on email or PDF, it can automatically be sent to any number of people that need to see the data. We can also trigger reports based on logic. If a downtime event happens, for example, that could be triggering a report that includes, for example, the last 1 hour or 24 hours of data very easily. Here are some interface examples. We are able to cater for any Industry 4.0 use case. It's a drag and drop environment. We have many visual widgets available in the platform, which we can use to configure on the screen. We can resize and reposition these widgets so that we can display the data in any way that's needed for each of these different use cases. We've done a lot of work in manufacturing, and we have manufacturing OEE and productivity solutions, but we have other examples as well. Because of the flexibility of the interfaces, not only can we configure specific purpose-built solutions for a particular use case, we can also deliver purpose-built interfaces for specific user groups. Once you have the data flowing in and you're processing and calculating the data, it should be very fast and easy to create different interfaces and windows into your real-time data so that you've got the key metrics in front of the right person at the right time. Rayven at the back end has a super flexible toolkit. We have 3 key areas to the product. The workspace, which is where you go to configure a solution. Here, you determine what assets and systems and devices are sending data to the platform. How do we group that data? How do we group those assets? Which users have access to the solution? What dashboards are available? What data is displaying on those dashboards? Secondly, the most important area is the workflow builder. This is where we configure customized logic, rules, aggregations, calculations, and data transformation to make sure that when we're getting data in from all of these different sources, we're doing clever things with that data. We can combine the data. We can detect thresholds. We can trigger notifications. It's an extremely flexible environment that allows us to configure solutions that are very powerful, very quickly, and cost effectively. And thirdly, we have a sophisticated machine learning workbench. It allows us to very rapidly train new predictive models. It's Python-based, so we can train any predictive algorithm. We use this for predictive maintenance, anomaly detection, and forecasting. But it's very, very flexible so that you get an algorithm that's trained and tailored specifically for your use case. Some examples of the work that Rayven has done in manufacturing. This is an example in a cheese packaging facility where we connected to check weighers and PLCs to pull in real-time data from the production floor. The data went via a gateway, a 3G gateway, to our cloud-based system where we processed the data, calculated the data, and displayed the data in real time, online, on a browser, on a desktop, and also on a mobile interface. The CEO of the manufacturing company used this to track and see if the production lines were running optimally and at full capacity. In this solution, we managed to help them calculate the quantity of giveaway, the amount of extra product they put in their packages. Over the period of a day, it turned out to be near 130 kilograms of extra cheese they put in their packages in very small increments because they were producing 15,000 units per day. But this added up to over $200,000 worth of additional product and wastage per production line. And they have 8 production lines in one facility and 5 facilities. So it's millions of dollars of wastage that we help them identify. We've done work in textile and material manufacturing. They were very focused on the consumption of energy because they have gas boilers and a huge electrical bill for the machines that they're running 24/7. We managed to identify which machines were consuming the most energy and during what times of the day. We found that they were running their boilers and their machines at times when they weren't producing goods. So we managed to identify quick wins and easy ways for them to reduce their energy consumption. In this solution, we did something a bit unique. We're not only looking at time series real-time data, but we're also looking at batch production data. Rayven has the unique capability of being able to work with time series data like many real-time platforms, but also batch data and dense payload data like vibration data and so on. Here's an example in a plastics recycling facility. In this case, once again, they were consuming enormous amounts of energy because they need to shred the plastic, melt it down, and then package it in 1-ton sacks, which they sell to their customers for reuse. We helped them create a new metric by which they measured efficiency. The metric was energy consumed per kilogram of product produced. They never had this capability before, and they managed to also put their production efficiency on a screen in the factory floor so that their different shift operators could see who was operating most efficiently, and they could learn from the best practice techniques of the other shift operators. And the final example is in a dairy manufacturing facility. These guys are producing 40,000 bottles of milk per day. We integrated with their Schneider Cytec SCADA system, which allowed us to collect real-time data at 1-minute intervals and calculate and produce new metrics for them to understand their own production efficiency. In this solution, we also implemented automated downtime detection, so we could help them identify when the machines were offline and the reasons why those machines were offline so that they can look at the analytics and improve the efficiency of their facility. So once again, I'm Paul, I'm from Rayven, and we look forward to talking to you about the ways we can help you improve the efficiency in your facilities using real-time and Industry 4.0 technology. Thank you very much.